Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 5 under old business, mobile home park license approval. We have a letter here from William Ferguson, Code Enforcer, regarding Boston Hills Home and Estates dated July 22nd, 2016. Reads as, on June 30th, 2016, an on-site inspection was made of Boston Hills Homes and Estates at 7852 Boston State Road. Unit number 3 has been vacant and is presently secured to be worked on. As a result of the inspection, no violations of the Boston Town Code were present. Therefore, the Town of Boston Building Department recommends the issue of a license for Boston Hills Home Estates. So I make a motion to issue a license for Boston Hills Home Estates.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 6, reports and presentations. Town Clerk.
In April of 2015, grant writer Connie Miner, Gail Fisher from the New York State Archives, and I applied for a grant to improve the records storage area on the lower level of the town hall, and unfortunately that grant request was denied. In March of this year, we once again applied for that grant, and I'm very happy to announce that just today, I did receive an email from the New York State Education Department stating that the grant request was awarded, and it was awarded in the amount of $35,273. Although there are several steps remaining prior to final approval, I felt it necessary to share this good news and work on the project will hopefully begin as soon as January 2017. This will be a total remodel of the downstairs record vault, which we need badly. The next thing I want to say is that I believe most of the residents of the town are aware of the staffing issues within my office and my lack of compensated deputies since the beginning of 2016. The 2 deputies that I have now volunteer their services limited hours. This is because they have jobs that actually pay them a salary, but still manage to find some time to assist me when I really need it. I've also had many residents volunteer their services to help me in the office in any way that they can. I am very grateful. Thank you. Because Town Law 30, Section 30-10 authorizes the town clerk to appoint not more than 3 deputies, all of whom serve at the pleasure of the town clerk. At this time, I will be appointing that 3rd deputy. And once again, so the residents of this town are fully aware, the 3 deputies appointed by me assist me on a regular basis. They do not have set hours. They do not receive compensation for the time that they graciously volunteer. And I feel the actions of these people demand respect and gratitude. So I thank you publicly for all of your help. So at this time, I would like Barbara to please stand up, and I would like to swear you in as my 3rd deputy. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Barbara Seymour, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of
Deputy Town Clerk
Deputy Town Clerk
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
In addition, there will be a blood drive on Tuesday, August 23rd from 2:30 to 7 p.m. in the community room. All donors will receive a coupon for $5 off their breakfast at Bella Pizza. And Nick Charlap will be providing the free ice cream sandwiches for donors and any children that do come along with them. The Board of Elections also will be holding election school this Friday, and they will be using the Town Hall courtroom between 8:30 and 4 p.m. I'm sorry, 8:30 and 4:30 p.m. And the last thing I do have is hunting licenses. It did go on sale this past Monday. Doe permits, the deadline for that is October 1st. If you're a landowner, you must apply. You may apply and must show your landowner status that you own 50 acres or more. Other than that, you can get those in my office every day. That's all I have.
Highway Superintendent.
Yes, first, I'd like to thank Mr. Mills for coming here and talking tonight. It's very good. But I do disagree with a few of the things he was saying as far as the chip sealing being a Band-Aid method. I don't agree with that. I mean, if you chip seal a road, when a road is still a good road, if you wait till a road's full of potholes and you chip seal it and you just go over top the potholes, it's a waste of time and money. But to chip seal a road is one of the best methods to save your highway. It gives you great traction in the winter, but then again, it's got to be put down correctly and it's got to be cleaned up afterwards. It can't just be put down and left there for months without sweeping the street. That's all I have to say on that. But other than that, since the last meeting, the Highway Department, we put in replaced the culvert on Greenbrier, a 48-inch culvert. That's pretty much completely done. And that road was chip sealed today, matter of fact, along with 18 other town roads was chip sealed today. We're a firm believer in this town that today's our 5th day this year of chip sealing, and it'll be our last day because we're out of money. But other than that, brush pickup will start in September. We'll have wood chips available. And I'm just reminding people as far as when they're redoing and repaving their driveways, the town of Boston requires them to get a driveway permit. And it's free, and it explains to them how the correct way to put the driveway in, and it tells them they shouldn't be putting concrete on the right of way. Other than that, I'd like to ask the board permission to go to Lake Placid for the fall conference in September. It'll be a 3-day conference, and I'd like to attend that. I'm asking permission to go.
I just want to make a motion to, and the Highway Superintendent's already briefed the board on this downstairs. Do you have something to say, Mr. Burns?
I wasn't talking.
Oh, okay.
Over there.
Perfect.
That guy right there, by the way.
We will authorize
Careful
the
about being
3 days.
selective. It was this guy right here, by the way. Hey, Bronwyn, it was that guy right there. You're looking at the point someone else. Go to the right person. Right.
Yeah. Okay, Chief. Authorize a 3-day trip for Superintendent Telak with the normal per diem for the town, covering both the registration fee, the hotel, and the travel, as well as the normal per diem for the Highway Superintendent's Conference. And then you just-
I didn't have a second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you very much. Other than that, I'd like to make a comment on Mr. Lazowski's comments tonight. You know, he was at the zoning board meeting when they gave the farmer, Mr. Mauser, the variance. Mr. Mauser's a very nice guy. He's a hard worker. He's a friend. He has a great farm up on the hill, good-looking farm. I have nothing against the man, but his son bringing a loaded tractor trailer with 80,000 pounds on it down a 4-ton road, pulling into a little narrow street, and then he backs out, he cocks around, and he rips the pavement apart. I do have a problem with that. If the tractor just came home empty, I wouldn't have a problem. But when it comes home loaded every weekend, I have a problem. And probably the troopers will be up there this weekend, so you should probably let your friend know. And if you'd have called me and told me that he had a heart attack, I probably wouldn't send the troopers up there. But you never informed me that, so it's really not my fault.
Imagine all the phone calls I'd have to make for the town. Holy
Well,
grief.
you're coming down here, you should have let me know that he had a heart attack. Other than that, Mr. Jerk's comment about the fill. 50 foot, everybody knows all the codes, but yet his neighbor, Mr. Burns, has filled way over the property line onto my property, not within 50 feet, over the property line. But that's okay for them, but when it doesn't work in their favor, they always have a problem. Other than that, I think that's all I have tonight.
I don't think I.
Councilman.
Yes, I would like to update everybody. Our website is indeed moving forward. We should be able to put content into it very shortly, and that should be up and running in the very near future. Also, I have been approached by multiple residents on Thornwood Drive about a drainage issue that I will be meeting with them sometime next week to get some sort of address taken care of. And that is all.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Woods.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. As you all can see, our parking lot is under repair. Seems to be going smoothly. They dug out for curbs. Curbs should be poured in by next week. Soon after, we'll be paving. I think they're doing a pretty decent job. Just try to avoid the construction and avoid hitting any construction workers out there. Fire companies, monthly calls. Boston Fire Company responded to 11 calls, 5 of which were EMS. Boston Emergency Squad responded to 42. One was a structure fire, one was public relations. North Boston responded to 4. The Patchen Fire Company responded to 9, 4 of which were EMS calls. Finally found a jet truck. We got a contractor from E&R Construction. As I've been following, the dry hydrant up on Deer Run is plugged. I don't know how long it's been plugged for, but it is fire protection for that area. So we have contracted a guy to come up with a jack truck and blow that open so that we can get that working again. Landmark Wealth Management, which handles the fire company's investment program. I am proud to announce the second quarter earnings, April 1st to June 30th, the portfolio returned 4.6% or $116,037. The year-to-date through July 22nd, we've returned 5.2% or $131,338. So we're moving in a positive direction. I also was able to install the emergency signs for Powerline Road, the first phase, which was in between Boston Cross Road and Boston and Colden Road, with the help of Pat Penrod and Ken Thiel from the Boston Fire Company. We installed all those signs last Saturday. Each section needs to be called in, underground locates. There's utilities in that power line road, and we certainly don't want to drive a post down through something. So the calls will be made for the underground locate for the next phase. By the end of August, we should have them all installed, and that project will be over. Through grant liaison, Connie was able to submit the grant on Friday for the splash pad. Keep your fingers crossed. We'll see if we get it. If not, we'll try again next year. We announced the CDBG public hearing next month. If there's anybody in the audience that has an idea for going after some money for low to moderate income areas, we sure would like to hear it at the public hearing. Bring your ideas to that public hearing, and we'll get them into the program. The 200th Anniversary Committee I've been working on, along with the supervisor. We've got our invites for the senior luncheon and also for the veterans dinner that we're going to be throwing in November. You can find us on Facebook at Boston Town Hall NY. That shows you everything that's going on with the 200th anniversary. Go ahead and like us and keep up to date on what's going on. There'll be more things to become in the future. And that's all I have for this evening, Mr. Supervisor. Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Supervisor. First, I'd like to thank Chairman Mills for coming out here tonight. A little longer than we normally run, actually. But getting some insight from the county is always good. We're lucky in this district, and I've said this before, to have strong leadership at all of our levels going all the way up, from county hall to the state assembly to the state senate, right on up. Chairman Mills' comment that they've had all these 11-0 votes, that is a feat and basically the definition of good, strong leadership over that body, considering the makeup of that body in County Hall. Another interesting comment also about them wanting to create this additional layer of bureaucracy, putting the stop gap in between yourself and being able to get to the county executives people to make decisions. It seems that with the Erie County Water Authority now, he's proposing something similar. I know there was a hearing today. For anyone who's up to date or following the county, they get these water main breaks. There was a hearing this afternoon. We are serviced by the Erie County Water Authority. Those of us lucky enough to have what Mr. Cure calls city water. And hopefully, what you will have that one day soon, that is Erie County Water Authority water. That is the best, cleanest, highest quality water pretty much in this part of the country. Very lucky to have that body serviced by the Erie County Water Authority. There's proposals being discussed, or at least they've thrown that around, to kind of envelope that into the county. It's a poor idea, in my opinion. We've seen how efficient, quote, the county works. We do not want them dealing with our water. When the Erie County Water Authority has a break, they're on that within 2 hours. They're trying to fix it, they're trying to repair it. I had one right on my front lawn 5 years ago that was repaired in about 7 hours. It took them longer to turn the water around for the whole hill, gives everything drained downhill into Fairlane Drive, but they do a fantastic job. The whole issues in the last 2 weeks got a little bit blown out of proportion again by the county executive deciding somehow that they had to boil water, those that were affected. Mr. Jan from the County Water Authority is pretty clear on that. That was an unnecessary step. That created a lot of panic, a lot of confusion, a lot of cost to businesses, and a lot of inconvenience to residents for absolutely no reason. So if you're ever asked for your opinion on whether you want the county to take over the Erie County Water Authority, keep in mind that is our water, and tell them no, or at least my opinion is no. Summer rec right now, we're about halfway through that. The summer rec has been a bit challenging this year for Tony, mainly again because of the heat. We got to keep these kids hydrated. They're outside all day. Luckily, we put that shelter in 2 years ago out there, so there is some shade. There's some indoor places they can come to cool down. We get a lot of water, a lot of hydration going on out there. But again, this falls on our staff. Our staff is, these kids are the utmost professionals when they're dealing with our younger kids. They're keeping an eye on them. They're watching out for any issues. We've had no incidents that we are concerned with whatsoever that our staff has not been able to handle. Again, about halfway through for the summer, so far so good. It's going very successfully. If we had that water pad, it would have been a fantastic gift back there this summer, unfortunately. Hopefully that grant comes through. Likewise, the concerts, the Tuesday evening concert series, this is about halfway through also. If anyone is looking for the list of bands that are playing to finish this out, they're in the newsletter. Anybody can take a look at it. You probably got one in the mail. It's a great little piece that the town can put out for you guys. Beyond that, the town band played. They did a fantastic job since we were here last. And that continues through the end of August. That is completely funded by donations, that entire concert series. There's a grant from the state, and then the balance of the entire cost of that is made up by our businesses that are able to donate their time and their resources to help put this entire concert series on for the whole summer for free for the benefit of the residents. Other than that, we will be back here the first week in September. We only have one meeting in August, and I have nothing else, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Keating.
I have nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Under Supervisors report, we have the Supervisors financial report dated July 14th, the town clerk's monthly report dated June 2016, and code enforcers for June 2016 too. Also, I was able to attend a ribbon cutting ceremony. I don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody got to see it. Hamburg Overhead Door expanded their facility. I was invited to the ribbon cutting along with some other officials and from the town of Hamburg, from the Chamber of Commerce. We did a really good job with the ribbon cutting. So I want to congratulate the Kuhn family for their expansion on their facility. They employ quite a few people down there in the town, and they're always willing to help out the town and donate things to the town. So they had their grand opening there. It's a new 5,000 square foot showroom. It's beautiful. Stop in there, introduce yourself. Really nice people, really nice job. I'm glad we have them in this town. I was working with Highway Superintendent and Parks Department this week. We're planning stuff for the end of summer for our children over there for summer rec. So their summer rec programs we tied up in a few weeks, but we always have an end of year celebration for them. It's a nice end of summer thing that they do. The rec director does a fantastic job with trips for them between Darien Lake and Sky Zone, and he's going down to something new in Chautauqua Lake that's put on there, and it's actually a safety zone. it's pretty interesting, and he's got full buses for that. So he does a fantastic job there, really, really good job with the children there. Other than that, the other projects working in town, we have an Eagle Scout working on a project in town for the town of Boston, which is nice. The town of Boston, the board members, I have talked to them, and we supply all the supplies for them. For Troop 490, they're going to be building a shelter, a roof shelter over the bench that looks over the 18 mile. So that will be their first Eagle Scout for that troop that receives, as an Eagle Scout. So they're going to be starting on it this Sunday. Highway superintendent was nice enough to come down. They did some posthole digging, picked up some supplies for the kids, and offered to bring some guys in to help build that. So I wanted to let everybody know that this is a big deal for them to build a project like that, and the town board was happy to sponsor them on that. So other than that, I have nothing to say, and I make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Supervisor Bello?
Yes.
Councilman Wardley?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Carried.